I had thought about working on the interior, but I went ahead and I put the whole ceiling on, front to back. I ran our cross braces on it, and this is right where the window is going to go. So we're going to cut all of this out. The window will slip in. There'll be some other pieces that come in, some trim pieces from the inside, make it in there nice and tight. It'll be great. It's right over the dinette, so it'll be real airy when you open the windows, and it's going to be nice and sunny when you're eating your sandwich right there at the dinette. But come over here and check this out. So here you see is the passenger side, which is where the door would be. When you add the ceiling and the walls and the floor, it makes it very hard to work on the interior. No door. So that's why I went ahead and did the whole outside, and then I'll cut this door out, and then I'll get inside and get to work. I want to show you what I'm going to finish up on the back side here. So we're all framed out here just the same as on the front. Now this is a little loose right here because we still got to screw it in from the inside. Now I'll get that once I get the door cut out and I can get back in there. So you want to see that when you come over here, there's a space right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some 1/4-inch plywood. We're going to cut it to like 1 3/8 wide, and we're going to right here just start laying them in there all the way over the top on each side, and we'll get 3 of them, which will equal this 3/4 right here. So then it'll be even. And then after we get them all even, we'll get some really long strips, and then we'll take that over the build-up that we made and over this 3/4 board and take it all the way front to back. And I saved some. Of course, obviously, it's a little whipped and a little beat up, but you can see this is what it looks like. So that's the build-up on the roof. So you can see this was from the front because it has that great big bend in it. But that would have sat right in there, the first 3, and then this top one would have went. You can see it's a little longer. It went the whole way. And so we would have done this. It sat in there and went all the way over. And then once we're done with that, then we're going to put some 1-inch pink rigid foam in here, insulation. It's an R value of 5. It's pretty good. We're going to put that over the whole roof. Then we're going to seal it in. And before we seal in the sides, we're going to take some foil bubble wrap kind of thing. We're going to do the whole sides, get all the skin on it, and then start work. Well, before we put the skin on, we'll get the interior finished, but got a little ahead of myself. Kind of got excited because I got so much done today. So this right here, I know it looks weird, but that's for, if you remember, this little guy right here is going to sit in here somewhere, and probably about, I think, right here. Now, we're going to get a new one, and obviously a new 1992 is not going to get us down the road, so we'll get a new license plate. And then up here, that's where we're going to screw in our pop metal Serro Scotty Sportsman. Irwin, Pennsylvania, Bristol, Oklahoma. But this one's Bristol. So that's where that'll go. This will go right in this area right here. So I'm going to get working on building up this roof rail. The roof rail's got to be cut down, and then I'll start putting it together. Okay, got the table saw set up. I got it set to 1 3/8. Now I'm going to start cutting down some strips. Now, every time I do this, I don't care where I'm standing, the wind blows. If it's blowing that way, as soon as I start sawing, it blows this way, sawdust up my nose. I came prepared today. So, not going to give it the opportunity to show me up. So, made a liar out of me, not a bit of sawdust. I don't know. But anyway, I was prepared. But this is 1 3/8. We're going to lay that down on the roof rail. I'm going to go ahead and cut about, I would say, 12 to 14 of these 8-foot sections. And I think that's going to be all that I'm really going to need. Before I get started on this, there's one little tip I wanted to give you. Now, this is called plywood. Yes, wood. Ply, not so much. You would like you to think that it's pliable, but it's really not. Because we've got to make this curve right here. So I've got this cut down to size. But if I go too far, much past this, it's going to break. So what I really need to do is go about 6 to 8 inches up. Oh yeah, that's going to be real nice. But to make this, and so probably to 3 inches, so between 6 inches and 3 inches, I've got to do a little trick on it. A little tip for you, if you will. Come on over and I'll show you back at the table saw. All right, I've got to, between this mark and this mark, I've got to get this to bend, and bend sincerely. So what I'm going to do is set my height of this saw at about 1/8 inch. This is really dangerous. I really shouldn't be doing it this way, but that's how I figured out to do it. So, who knows? Maybe I'll injure myself. Let's watch. Health insurance is still intact, but look here. That's called kerfing. I kerfed it. What does that mean? That's what it means. Now look, that's got to really be the bend right there. Let's go inside and check it out real quick and see if I've got it kerfed enough. Okay, kerf. So I'm going to set it right here. And we're going to see if there was enough kerfing to make this heavy bend that it would not have made without breaking. So I'm going to hold it down tight here. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice kerf. Would you look at the kerf in that thing? I know. See, I can nail that down right now. And step 1 is in the books. Now I got to do 2 more over the top of this one. And then after I get done with all of that, then I'm going to run that big long one over the whole top, get my kerfing out of the way because I don't have to do very much on the flat parts. I've got the roof rails built up. I got them finished on the driver's side. I'm over here on the passenger side. I'm going to finish them up just so you kind of get an idea of what these are going to look like. I've got this big 8-foot piece already curved. I've got it stapled in up here. So I'm just going to take it as I go, try to keep it nice and even. Take it all the way down. As we go, just keep it real tight, real even. I'm just using a little 1-inch brad nail right now. Gonna keep real tight right here. That's a good solid piece. Again, right here. Air compressor kicking on, but we're done now. Next step for the roof is to put in the pink 1-inch rigid foam board, put that in, tape it up, and then we could cover it up with the skin. And it'll be nice and cozy. Well, this week we got the ceiling finished. We didn't get the roof finished. We got the roof rails on. It's not a roof until we get the tin across the top, and that'll be coming up probably in a week or two. But next week, we're going to cut the door out, and we're going to start in on the interior. I would like to put the bed in. I'm going to put 2 shelves on the sides, and then there's going to be that big long front shelf, big long rear shelf, and then I'm going to remake the cabinet that the sink goes in. Then I'm going to have to make my decision on that stove. Maybe I put a really nice butcher block cutting board in there instead. I don't know yet. Then on the other side, we're going to build a tall cabinet all the way to the ceiling, and we're going to that's where probably the refrigerator is going to go, maybe the microwave. And we got to figure out what we're going to do with air conditioning. It just gets hot. You need an air conditioner, so we got to figure that out. Got to put the dinette back in. We're totally rebuild all the dinette. So, hey, hit the like button. Linus would love it if you would subscribe. See, he's smiling. Hit the like button, subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like. And we'll see you next week on the interior.